Greetings, adventurer! It is I, Merlin the Magician, with my majestic beard. For today we look at the second adventure from Invent and Write Games Programs for the Spectrum by Noel Williams. He has captured the essence of the Mines of Merlin, a combat game where you go around fighting monsters, stealing their treasure and getting points. And what do points make? Well, shall we find out? Draw your sword and get ready for adventure.
We're now going to look at the Mines of Merlin, which is an attempt by Mr. Williams to get rid of some of the problems in the puzzle game Throne of Camelot. He says there are three main problems. It's fixed in form, so that Throne of Camelot doesn't change each time it's played. It's very hungry in its use of RAM, and it doesn't allow much overall strategy, and it has no combat at all. You either win the combat or you lose the combat, because it's just a puzzle, like with the wolves. So he's going to try to design a game, this one, which uses a relatively small amount of memory. It varies from game to game, and allows strategy and combat. He's using a seeded random map method, which is all done with one function. The function he's using, he takes the square root of x squared plus y squared times z, take the square root of that, take the decimal portion of that, and then use that as a number. So when you move around, you get different things happening based on the decimal portion of a square root. You're also going to fight monsters. Monsters, you have strategies, they have variety, they have names, you have choices, you can retreat from the monsters, you can look out for monsters also with a torch. So, the game is loaded. Merlin's Mines. It's a random dungeon containing combat and magic. The aim is to gain as many points as possible. You do this by finding treasures and slaying monsters. But you must watch yourself. If your constitution drops below 1, you are dead. You lose constitution if you forget to rest or if you're wounded. Constitution and strength determine how much you can carry and are used in combat. Knowledge is used in magic. Food increases your constitution. Potions may increase your abilities but may also be poisoned. You start with 8 points in your abilities and you have 12 points to distribute between them. Between skill, strength, constitution and knowledge. So we initialise 12 points. How many for strength? I think 4 is good to start with, give a strength of 12. I think it's 3 points for skill, 4 for constitution, and that means 1 for knowledge. So we start off with 100 pieces of silver, which gives us 100 points. We get to buy some things. Whenever you press a key, it tells you what you're pressing, and it also uppercases it if necessary, which makes the whole caps lock thing less of a problem. So you can buy armour. So I've typed S, I've bought a sword. So our weapon value is now 2. Type W for torch. It's not T for torch because there's not enough letters. P for potion. It basically jumps to a number and sorts things out. A for armour. Bought some armour. And armour again. And I've got no money left to buy anything else because food costs 8. So what should we do now? We can drink, eat, leave an object. I'll type M for move. Which way? Well, I don't know which way is available. Let's try going east. I've gone east, okay. Exits are north, south and west. That's great. And I find an empty cave. What shall we do now? Let's move again. The east, okay, that's fine. Oh, that's solid rock. I can't go east. It doesn't. Yeah, that's not great. Move. You have to remember which way you went. Which way should we go now? Oh, I found a knife. Yeah, should I take it? Yes, please. But I've already got a sword. Swords are better than knives. So you don't want to take a knife if you've got a sword. So when you move, it does not tell you the exits, which is a bit stupid. When you enter a room, it tells you. So you've now gone down. So we can either go south, east or up. What's in the room? A Grendel with constitution 8, skill 13, armour of 10 and a weapon. It's hit me, I've taken 1 point of damage. My maximum burden, which is at the bottom, has gone down. I have a choice of retreating, using a magic bolt, or fighting. When I fight, I can have my weapon up, which is more defensive, or forwards, which is more aggressive. I'll type F. I've missed the Grendel. Oh, that's not very nice. The Grendel's hit me. I've taken 1 point of damage. There is no sound whatsoever. I'm going to fight again and have my weapon forward, which is the aggressive approach. 2 damage, would be pretty good. And the Grendel has hit me, and I've taken 3 points of damage. This is not so good. Constitution is now 7. I'm going to fight again, physical combat, have my weapon forward, no, weapon up this time, which is more defensive, but I've killed him. I had 16 silver pieces, which is pretty good. And I'm now a little bit wounded. So what should I do? What should we do? What should we do? I've typed D for drink. So I've drank my potion, and I've increased my constitution up to 13, which also increases my maximum burden. Let's now move east. I found a flail, which I shall take. A flail is better than my current weapon. I'm now going to move again. Which way? I don't know. What's available? It doesn't tell me, because the exit routine is only chosen when you enter a room, not when you're trying to leave it, which is not ideal. Ha ha, this away. Ha ha, that away. Ha ha, this away. My oh my. Ha ha, this away. Ha ha, that. I've typed S for south, so that's just solid rock. I'm now feeling exhausted, so I shall have a rest, I believe. No, I've typed T for torch. I shall look at my torch and show me south, and that's solid rock. I'm still exhausted, so let's have a rest. My noisy breathing attracts a monster, which is a Svart, which I believe is a dark elf of some kind, and it's attacking me with weapon up, and it's hit me, and I've taken 3 points of damage. I'm going to fight back, because I'm an aggressive type. My weapon is forwards. I'll deal 6 points of damage to Mr. Svart. The line there with the armour should be done tidily. There's a routine to tidy up the screen, which is quite elegant, but we don't call it for combat, which is a bit foolish. We're not always clearing the screen, which is what I really, really rather like. It's cast a magic bolt at me, which is missed, thankfully. I'm going to fight back with my weapon forward. 4 points of damage, and I kill him. Get 24 silver pieces. This is good. What should we do now? I'm going to rest again, because I'm still exhausted, and that's fine. So what should we do? Let's move. Which way should we go? Let's go down. There is treasure here. 50 silver pieces. Thank you very much. Let's move again. Which way? Let's go down. Deep, deep down into the earth. I can go north. I can go east. I can go up. This is all based on the square root of the location. I found 10 silver pieces. Let's move. Let's move north. From here I can go south and west and down. And there's a potion here. I can take it, drink it or leave it. I'm going to drink that potion. I think my constitution went up slightly. Let's now move. Let's go down again. North, west, east and up. Empty cave. Let's rest. Oh, breathing attacks a monster. It's another Grendel. 8 and 13. What should I do? Let's press P for physical combat. Let's go forwards. 1 point of damage. That's not so good. The monster strikes me and misses. Again, there's no sound. Weapon up or forwards. Cause 6 points of damage. And I'm hit and cause 3 points of damage. Not ideal. The type of monster is related to the number of points you have. The more points you have, the more scary the monsters are. But I've killed him though. Got 25 gold. Silver pieces. Sorry, not gold. I'm now carrying too much stuff because I'm wounded. I can only carry 144. So I want to drop a weapon. And that's okay now. What I'm moving now. Which way should we move? Let's go down. Oh, solid rock. Because obviously I've forgotten where to go. We're exhausted, so we should rest. I'm now carrying too much stuff. Because I'm exhausted, I've lost more strength. So we'll start dropping some things. What should we drop? A money, a weapon, a magic item, a potion, food, armour, or nothing. I'm going to drop some armour. Drop one piece of armour. And I'm still carrying too much. So let's drop another piece of armour. And I'm still carrying too much. So let's now drop 50 silver pieces. And let's drop some more. So I can now move. But I'm still very, very weak. Let's rest now. I've rested now, so I'm not so tired. Resting doesn't restore constitution, though. That's eating does that, and I've got no food. Let's now move north. I can go south, west, or east, or down. Empty cave. Let's now move. Find something to do. Let's go east. I can go south, west, or east, or up. Another empty cave. There is a 1 in 10 chance of finding a monster. So it's not the most exciting. You can also find more interesting things. So for example, you might find a thief's den. Oh, I'm caught in a web and I'm injured escaping. That's not so good. I'm carrying too much now. I need to drop some more stuff because I'm injured. What should I drop? Top 2. How many weapons? I drop and I collapse with fatigue, and that's the end of me. So let's make this better. So this is the improved version. Some of the improvements are suggested by the author himself. We'll see some of those. He suggests adding talking, which we do, and there's also some ideas for music and sound and such forth. But most of the improvements are my ideas, which you'll see them. The first one we'll see is, it's an odd one. In the game, there's a random encounter you can make where a travelling merchant pops up. And unfortunately, it was of a certain ethnicity, which these days is like, ooh, yeah, probably not. So all I did to change that was change one word to peddler. And we'll see this character in a second. He ponders up selling stuff. Perfectly reasonable character, nothing bad with him, but it's like, yeah. Not sure whether the gentleman was American or whether it was just acceptable in the 80s. I'm not quite sure what. So here we are. Distribute our strength. This is perfectly normal as before. So now we move. You can see when we move, we give a choice of the exits, which is actually helpful rather than a memory game. So let's go down. Again, we tell us the exits as soon as we enter the room. And then we have a wandering peddler who has some terrific bargains if you have enough money. Here he's offering us a sword for a sum of money. We haven't got enough money. So that's all it was, just very simple. It's not a hill to die on. So now, back to the main event. We'll see most of the stuff I've done, where I've changed the combat section to add some beeps and boops. Also edited up some of the screen clearing stuff. So here I'm trying to get a good handle on things. I'm buying some armour, buying a sword, buying some more armour. Let's buy a magic bolt, that could come in handy. 15 pieces left, let's buy some more armour. And away we go. The type of monsters you face is related in some way to points. I've met a Grendel with Constitution 8, Skill 13. I can retreat, use a magic bolt, talk, or physical combat. Talking is new, that's the piece added by the author. There are some minor errors I have to put in to fix it, but it's not too bad. We're having a bit of a bash. So again, I'm going to choose physical combat. I'm going to be up or forward. I'm going for forward, which is more aggressive. Do 4 damage. He's nearly dead. He hits at me and misses. Weapon up or forward. I'm going to choose forward, I believe. And I miss. Grendel hits me with a magic bolt, which takes my constitution down. I'm going to use physical combat and forward. I kill him, get 16 silver pieces and a load of points. Points are the name of the game. Now I'm going to rest, and we've attracted a wandering monster, which is a Grim Reaper. So I'm going to try and fight the Grim Reaper. And I've missed. He's hit me. Very simple beeps. Couple of subroutines at the end. But just adds a little bit of excitement. It's one of the. He notes the use of sound. It's often just a reinforcer of stuff you already know. You know you've been hit because I've told you. But the beeps make it more fun. So I'm now going to go drink a potion, which is nice. My constitution increases a bit. Have a rest, because otherwise you can die of fatigue. There's a potion. We can take it, drink it, or leave it alone. I'll type D, and nothing happens. This is not the fault of the program. It's my coding. I check for lowercase d, and it's never ever lowercase d, which is a problem. I have fixed it eventually, but not in this playthrough. Now I've a bit of a rest. Let's now move. Our constitution is very low. We've got no food though, and no potions. In a thieves' den, the thief is in. He wants 100 silver. I haven't got enough, so he'll take all my money and a piece of armour. And we can't do anything about that. There are lots of strange things that can happen, but we don't often find them. We found the web a few times. Let's now move. And I know they're there because I've typed them in. There's magical waterfalls, there's pit traps, all kinds of cool stuff. A potion. Take, drink or leave. Take is good because I can actually use it. I can take it. That's good. Let's drink that potion. My strength goes up by 4, which is pretty good. We like this. Let's now move. Everything's based on X, Y and Z, multiplied together, added together, and square roots are involved. Thief wants 20 silver pieces. We haven't got any money, so he takes some more armour. It's possible to go into the thieves' den and he's not in, and he can steal all his money. But I've not seen that happen yet. It's a good book. It's interesting how different ways of putting games together. And I think there's another video in here as well. And I'm surrounded by pygmies who've run off with all my weapons. So you can lose all your weapons. You can find new weapons in the area. You can lose all your armour. You can find a magic shield. So it's not all empty rooms and monsters. Thieves' Den, no one here, but there's no booty, which is annoying. I've got less points than as I started. You start off with 100 coins, and therefore 100 points. So at the moment I could have just stayed at home. Here's a Svart. We've met these before. I'm going to choose to talk. So what we have here, it's not an Elisa system because that responds to what you say. Here, it chooses random things what you say, adding 1 to 3, and then there's a reaction thing. So you could make him so angry he drops down dead. He could give you all his presents, all his treasure. He could just get bored and wander off. So we go around, just hit one of the exits, and you increase this value. So after you hit this one, he gets a bit cross, and it drops down a bit. Once it goes below 1, drops below 0, he initiates a fight. I added in an extra variable in the code for each monster. Some monsters will not talk to you at all. Other ones will let you talk and might be slightly friendlier. Just to make it a bit more realistic. For example, Smarts might talk to you, but snakes won't. So we're now in fighting area. And also it would let you talk to them over and over again, which is silly. So I've run away. Let's have a rest, because I must be getting a bit tired, because I've only got 3 constitution left. Let's now move. It was a troll. It's pretty weak, but got good armour and good skill. I might be able to take him. Except he's hit me and killed me. And you always get the collapse with fatigue, and that's the end of you message. So that is the end of that.